Get the deuce, deuce.
Diving. 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 Diving.
We're leaving it bottom.
Diving. Diving.
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Diving.
Yo, welcome back to Diving for Glory, It's episode 22, Yeah, it's your host, Pep Porciola in the building, still reeling from that 4-3 drilling. I hate that feeling, man. What up to the villain, Sir Solomon?
What's good, man?
Not MC Ren.
I knew.
All right, man, let's do it, man. Let's get into it this week. Fuck Liverpool. But respect. Madrid continues to fall off a cliff while Barca is on that cliff laughing hysterically. Top 4 battle in Germany, EPL review, La Liga midseason review, a quick discussion about football coverage and the States, and then the usual prestigious and egregious DFOG awards. Man, don't forget, Diving for Glory posts every Tuesday on iTunes and divingforglory.com and now YouTube. Man,
yes,
hit us on
we
Twitter.
have our channel.
Yeah, and hit us on Twitter at Diving for Glory and Facebook as well. Like us, follow us, tag us, whatever, man. All right, jerseys tucked, boots lace, lineup set, Conte match fix in effect. Let's go. Yeah. All right, man. Unfortunately, we have to start with my pain, with my bane. Liverpool, almost a drubbing, but damn near lost this shit. 4-3 at Anfield. Let's talk about it, man.
Damn near tied it. They never got close to losing anything.
No, not losing, but losing the points. That's what I know. But nah, for sure.
Yeah, they gave Pep the work, basically.
They gave him the work, man.
They gave him the work, man.
Like they look rattled. They look rattled. Like Anfield was cranking.
You know, there's a bull in a china shop is an expression. You know, they had the ox.
Dude, Ox was a beast, literally, in this game.
I think he just personally paid about a quarter of his transfer fee just in that game.
In that game, yeah.
You know, what, 30 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah. That game was worth about 7.5.
For real, to end City's unbeaten run, like, yeah, I mean, they're not going to lose many games this season, but they lost today. Ox with the, I mean, like, I felt like Ederson could have done better, but that was still a nice goal, man.
He should have done better, but Ox, the opportunistic, like the awareness of the moment, and how he snatched that shot. It's as if having modern training and stuff helps a player. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Hey, Arsenal.
So let's talk. All right, so yeah, I mean they went in the half at 1-0. Like it looked like, all right, City could do this.
No. It went to half at 1-1.
Oh, Sané! Why do
came
I have
in on
Sané
the
at
side
the
on the
59th minute?
41st minute, and
That's right at the end of half. I thought it was in the
kind of murked Joe
half.
Gomez a little bit.
Yeah, he worked him.
Got Karius near side. Beautiful goal. A lot of people have been complaining about the goalkeeper and the defender on it, but
No,
he's lightning fast, and he's gonna make a lot of people look stupid. So don't judge them on that play.
Yeah,
he's
no.
fucking nice.
Sané scored a real similar goal like the week before too. Like just rocketed in that in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, that near post shot he's not afraid of. A lot of times, players don't take that because that's where the goalkeeper sets up. But
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
if you're fast enough and your shot is strong enough, go son.
Yep.
Go Sané.
Tactically, no David Silva and Delph went off early in the first half. Danilo replaced. So that goes in 1-1 at half, and then it just unravels.
Yes, even before Delph was injured, it seemed like Klopp had identified the left side as a weakness, and that's what he was trying to exploit. Whenever they get it, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was sneaking over to that side a lot too. It was, and then once Danilo came, they committed. They doubled down on it. Mane and Salah, like they
ran
balled
rampant.
out. Fucking Firmino was unplayable at points in the game. It was
One of the most glaring, I mean, just obvious things was like Liverpool's press just was on point. Like they just did not let City get comfortable with the ball at all. And City looked sloppy.
Yeah, they looked lethargic and they were very sloppy. I've been saying all season, why doesn't anybody come at them? Previously, the chance we saw was when Crystal Palace outplayed them, had a penalty saved, I think, or missed it,
Yep.
and they tied 0-0.
Yep.
But when the only way you're gonna get points off this Manchester City team is if you come to play football, not if you sit back and try to defend against them doing it.
Yeah, and that's
And Liverpool, like, it seems like in this run they might be a little bit of like their rivals, because their style of play is most
similar. Yeah.
close to the style that makes Pep's teams uncomfortable. So
Yep.
they might not necessarily be any better in the league, whatever, which I think they are, but like they're no closer to them. But head to head, they match up really good with City. They had the City's weakness is their defenders, and how, like, you saw John Stones and Otamendi this week. When
Yep.
you run at them that fast, like they don't know how to react.
So two points to that. I do think that it's a lot easier said than done to just attack City. They're gonna keep the ball from you, and Liverpool is one of the best attacking teams in the world.
Yes, even in this game, Liverpool had only 35% possession.
Yeah, and I've also the other thing that I think especially about the press is that that's usually in comparing those two sides, that's usually something City is also known for, and they just didn't have it in them. Like you said, they looked lethargic. It just wasn't as effective as Liverpool's.
They gave Can.
Yeah,
Emre,
Chan.
and Oxlade-Chamberlain, and
Chan played
Gini
great
was
D.
the third.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave them a lot of time. They were really good. Like they had a really good game, but these are guys that get, like, Emre Can is a very slow player. He's really good, but the one way to undo him would be, like you just mentioned, to press their midfield, and it didn't seem like City were employing very much of that. It really looked like they were patting themselves on the back too much, and they've just got by a team that's hungry.
So then we talked a little bit off mic about this, but the Pep subs. So you wonder, David Silva was on the bench, did not play at all. It seemed like a game right for David Silva, and the only sub that he actually made voluntarily was Bernardo in the 71st minute, which was probably too late to take Raheem off, because Raheem was clearly rattled and just he wanted to show out and just couldn't. They exploited that. Anfield was on him. Aguero was just awful. Dispossessed 8 times in that game, dude.
Yes, but if you look at where he was receiving a lot of the ball, you can tell how badly Man City was playing. He had to come deep, and Aguero likes to stay around the goal and ghost and just get that chance. Like, he was almost a midfielder for a majority of the game. Like, Klopp outdid Pep by far in this game. By far.
So what do you think about? I mean, we've been lauding Pep all year, so let's give him some critique here. Like, why not David Silva? What
He fucked it. I think David Silva, at the very least, should have come on at half, at some point, Bernardo Silva needs to start games.
Yeah, because he's been playing well.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing in whatever cups you're putting him in. You need to start games, and I look like after Delph got hurt and he brought in Danilo, he was more attached to having substitutes available than he was to changing the game.
He only used 2 subs. He didn't even use the 3rd sub.
That's what I'm saying. And
crazy.
This was a game, like you mentioned, made for David Silva. You need a player in that middle, like between the lines, that holds the ball and goes horizontally. And like City
works in tight spaces. Real good, yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne is a very direct player. Awesome, very direct. Leroy Sané, same thing. Sterling, same thing. And that's why KDB and Silva play well together, is because Silva's ghosting opens up the lanes that Kevin De Bruyne goes slaloming down,
Yeah.
And without that, it was very congested.
Yeah. I mean, KDB had a okay game considering that City was pretty shitty, but it was not up to his standards. They almost pulled this back, man. Silva, Bernardo with an 84th minute goal on a Aguero assist, and then Gundogan with a 91st minute goal. And Denton had 2 chances at the end. Aguero just off the mark. But I think something that I wanted to mention on mic that we talked about was there's nothing really that I don't think we learned about these teams. Like that, I mean, you figured it would be about that score line, maybe not in the way that it happened, but
yeah,
everything par for the course, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't really learn anything. Liverpool have been beating Man City at home.
Dude, 35 years since the last one at Anfield.
So it's not really...
Exactly.
But at the moment, for Liverpool to have sold Coutinho,
Yep.
Virgil van Dijk picking up a knock, their new shining signing, and being on the bench and playing that game with that idiot in defense.
Oh, Lovren.
Lovren.
Yeah, I know, man.
With Karius, which is like choosing which shit kind of goalkeeper to have. Like, he held them. He got it to 4-1. And yeah, they didn't close the way they're supposed to, but I can see that. The whole world didn't think you're going to win it, so to turn off a little early when you have a 4-1 and just feel like pat yourself on the back, I get that part, you know?
Yeah.
But for when they got those opportunities in those 10 minutes, that City was just looking like, we've got our 1-1, we'll just hit them up late like we usually do, and that's about it, right? In those 10 minutes, they showed them why you have to finish off games, you know? Like, Liverpool was hungry, they were not scared, and that impressed me, but...
Yep. We talked about if Liverpool makes the right signings, man, definitely a contender in the future, in the very near future.
Oh yeah, they are very, very
coming
close.
in. Yeah.
They need to have another big-time midfielder and I'd say
Goalkeeper.
Yeah, goalkeeper, like,
And the wing back.
Yep. But in addition to that, I don't think they still need to get rid of dead weight and add depth to the squad.
They do.
Because I don't think that over 38 games they're ready to compete for the title, especially with Klopp's style of play. And you're gonna see next year, like later this year and next season, there's gonna be more players dropping because his style pushes him like that.
3 strikers that they don't play at all. Sturridge, Ings, and Origi. None of them.
No, Origi's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
You're
He already got
talking
rid
about
of him. Solanke, yeah. It doesn't play any other strikers. Anyway,
yeah,
all right.
And I think that burnout is going to affect them at some point. But so far, so fucking good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
This is their week.
Yeah, for sure, man. Respect Liverpool. Klopp 6-1-5 versus Pep. I just wanted to mention that. This is also the 4th straight Premier League win for Liverpool, and they're 17 straight without a loss.
Yes.
City still at the top of the table by 12, and Liverpool moves up to 3rd on a goal difference, and are only 3 points back of United.
That is about right.
Man of the match.
I will give it to Mohamed Salah.
Okay, I got Ox.
I know.
Yeah, Ox was nice.
Ox had a really good game, but
it's either one of the two, in my opinion.
I mean, like, if you look at the front 3, they all had really good stats, and Ox. But Mohamed Salah did all of his work in 38 touches.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? He had a goal, an assist.
Nice.
He had 2 key passes, 3 successful take-ons. Like, he did his thing without really affecting. He had a Marcus Camby kind of game.
No doubt. Bring it back. Canby man. All right, man. Let's move on. Let's go. We're gonna go from Pep's current rival to his former rival, man. Real Madrid hanging off a cliff, man. With a 0-1 loss to Villarreal. Talk about it, sir.
Rumors abound that ever since the Messi extension and Neymar salary and all this and the new money that's going around, Ronaldo has been asking for a raise. Real Madrid doesn't want to do it, so now he's making googly eyes at Manchester United. In the meantime, if you look at his stats or his play over the last 4 or 5 games, starting with the Clásico,
it's been terrible.
He deserves a pay cut.
Yeah, it's been terrible.
They've made multiple videos to funny flute music and classical music of him just fucking up. Just over the last 3 weeks.
Funny flute music.
Dude, it is.
Oh, man. But Villarreal, man, respect. They hit him up in the 87th minute with a Real Madrid-like counterattack.
So Real Madrid on that counterattack, they hit him up off their own corner. And the homie, Mr.
Pablo.
Yes.
Fornals.
Because he's better than just one Fornal. Multiple. He's got 8 points on WhoScored.com. He, funnily enough, is not my player of the game, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
But the speed at which they broke. First of all, they missed Sergio Ramos. The back four of Carvajal, Varane, Nacho, and Marcelo. Marcelo has looked shit this season. We have to call it at some point. Marcelo, like, he had an amazing, like, those winning
right back in
seasons.
the
He went
world.
the top, and he's reflective of how the team looks. Like, he's been looking really shitty. Kareem didn't play. It was Benzema. I mean, it was Bale and Ronaldo up front with Isco behind them. They did not really do much. The Cruz and the Luka Modric midfield in front of Casemiro, they did the regular, but it would be nice if they were a little more different from each other because they bring the same kind of quality. So when they click, it's beautiful, but when you need a change, they still only know how to do those things, you know?
Yeah.
But Real Madrid had 28 fucking shots,
28-10, yep.
with 21 of them not even reaching the goal.
19 in the box. 19 of those shots were in the box, dude.
Out of that, only 7 shots hit the target.
Yep.
That's,
Not very Real Madrid-like.
first off, yes, for a team known for their efficiency, that's not... Usually they take 28 shots, it's because they're winning 6-0.
Yeah.
But they had 11 corners to Villarreal's 0. And but if you look at Villarreal, these people had 8 players over a 7.0 rating on WhoScored.com out of their starting 11.
I was also going to shout out SofaScore as another place to get stats for you soccer heads. And I wanted to mention that one of the things that they have on there is average player position. And I believe that 8 of their 10 Villarreal's 10 players, their average playing position was behind the half field line.
Yeah. That is
I mean, that's what you got to do.
how you have to play
That's what you
against
have to
Real
do.
Madrid.
Yeah.
They executed it well. And even though they were playing in their own half, they obviously played very well. They held Real Madrid to a 0-0, which would have been a great scoreline, but they managed to steal the one, which is a wicked team goal. They looked like the better coached team at the end of the game to me.
So interesting parallel here. City having not beaten Liverpool in 35 years at Anfield. This is Villarreal's first La Liga win ever at the Bernabeu.
Bernabeu.
Bernabeu. Yeah.
That
Ever.
fucking place.
That's pretty fucking huge, man.
Well, they picked a good weekend to do it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Any weekend is a good weekend for that. Villarreal, what this means is they are up to 5th, 31 points, 2 up on Sevilla.
And breathing down the necks of
Real Madrid, who is in 4th with only 32. They do have the game in hand. Real Madrid sit 8 points back of Valencia for 3rd place with that game in hand. Who is your man of the match?
I want to first give out my not man of the match to Ronaldo, who had 11 shots in this game, 0 dribbles, 1 offside, 5 dispossessed, and 2 unsuccessful touches.
You gotta bench this dude, Zidane.
You gotta sit him for
Just
at
to
least a
prove a
minute.
point. Yeah, man. Got
Take
to.
him out in injury time, something. Dude.
You gotta piss him off and let the rest of the team see what's up.
But this is kind of, like, not to be sensationalist, but it is looking like the beginning of the end. It might turning it around or whatever, but I think the Ronaldo's stint at Real Madrid, we'll see in this summer. If not, sometime during the next Christmas transfer window, I think he's out of it.
It seems very realistic at this particular juncture. Who was your man of the match, though?
The goalkeeper, Asenio.
That's who I got to.
He fucking
Definitely.
took it. It.
Yep.
There's a stone wall. Anytime you hold that team to 0 goals after they've taken 28 shots, the whole defense and the organization deserves it, but the goalkeeper, for being cold as ice and just like blocking whatever came his way, respect.
Yay. So let's move up the table a little bit to the top of it. Real Sociedad hosting Barcelona. Sociedad, who have not Sociedad, yeah. Hosting Barcelona. This ended up 4-2 in Barcelona's favor. This is their first league win versus Real Sociedad since 2007.
At Real Sociedad.
Away, yes.
At Anoeta. the stadium is called. It's in Basque Country, one of the friendlier places for non-Basque teams in Basque Country, but Barca has had a real hard time with it.
They played them tough this game too.
Yes, you might remember it from the David Moyes experiment, or Carlos Vela playing there, and now we even saw Adnan Januzaj, who is a Manchester phenom that now has no team and came on as a substitute while they're getting their ass kicked. Ex-Madrid Laramendi is out there also. They started off hot. Barca looked very lethargic. The midweek games have affected a lot of the big teams.
Sure has.
You could tell. But the team that they initially put out, like, Barca's punching out these results, but this is very not, like, the midfield was Busquets, Paulinho, Andre Gomez, and Rakitic.
Yeah,
So,
in that 4-4-2 again, right?
yes, they hit him with the 4-4-2. Messi and Suarez up front. So they get hit up for two early, like one in the 11th minute by Willian.
Vicious header, dude. Lovely
Yes.
cross. Just
Yes.
powerful header.
And then the through ball on the 1-me goal was actually pretty fucking dope too when they got him on the second.
Yeah. Nice
They
deflection.
came to play. They played really nice for the first half. But the big fuck up they did was they let that, I mean not let, but they got by that Paulinho goal before half. I think this game is very different if they go into halftime 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Whereas at 2-1, they came back after half to the Luis and Leo show
Yep.
and proceeded to get ripped the fuck up.
Man.
It was all a dream.
Yeah, for real. Suarez, that first goal was ridiculous. Just ridiculous. At the
Yes.
top
Even
of the corner.
even the step over assist on the Paulinho goal was
Yep.
like,
Yep. Oh yeah, on point.
He has
Paulinho,
turned.
Paulinho with another tap in, and that's not to take anything away from Paulinho because he's clearly putting himself in the right positions.
yes, like that was excellent. Like keeping up with the play and staying onside. Like that is not only dribbles. Being positionally aware is a big part of it, and that's what they want from him because they're like, we got Messi, we got Suarez, we got other guys to dribble for us. Just get there and finish.
Yep.
They're like a more civilized Marwan Fellaini that knows how to use his feet too.
So Suarez's second goal was off a little bit of fuckery by the goalkeeper, but still it was clinical. It was a header. Is a header to that through ball? It was a header through ball.
Yes.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he was clearly onside. That was lovely, and then Messi put it away with the.
Distant. Fucking amazing free kick
Did that
with
take a
curve
deflection?
that I don't even understand.
Did it take a deflection?
I still don't know. I saw him take it. I saw the goalkeeper do nothing, and then I saw the goalkeeper take the ball out of a goal.
Pretty much. I couldn't
I've watched
tell.
replays.
I watched it like 3 times, and I couldn't tell if it
From
took
that
a slight
distance,
deflection.
even with a deflection at 10 yards, it's still a spectacular goal.
For sure.
But that Luis Suarez goal is one of a kind. You know, like I judge goals on frequency, like chance you're gonna see that again. No, and there's a very real chance we're gonna see Messi do that with a fucking free kick again.
Absolutely.
But that fucking finish by Luis Suarez, I don't think we're gonna see for quite a while. Anyway,
And I definitely like to mention, just to continue to hammer this point home about Barcelona playing very different this year. They barely won possession, 51-49.
yeah, even
15 shots to 11. Sociedad won that, and it even had more shots on target. Just a different way of playing. They're still winning. Average match position for Sociedad, real quick. That whole team was like on the front foot. Like they were definitely trying to take it to Barca.
yes, especially in the first half.
That's probably why they got opened up in the second half.
I think, yeah, first of all, that, and secondly, a lot of the first half, they attacked so much that I did not see the 2 half stats in terms of possession and attacking positioning, so I'd like to see that, just to see how it looked. But,
So
that
for
being
score,
said,
man, they got it.
And also, there's that. The goals, like the shots taken for Barca, is not indicative. More so, I think the possession was indicative because they're trying to not take shots until you think you're scoring, whereas Sociedad is trying to take shots whenever the fuck they get a chance.
And there was a few. Ter Stegen had some nice saves.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the makeup of what the team was directed to do in terms of shots taken is also different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, all stats come with a caveat.
Basically.
So what this means, man, 28 without a loss for Barcelona, man, since a 2-2 draw with Celta Vigo on December 2nd. These are the first 2 goals they've conceded in La Liga. Like, it's been sheer dominance, honestly, in a different kind of way. Barca remain up top, 9 points clear of Atletico and 19 points clear of Real Madrid. Love it. Sociedad 15th with 23 points, but you know, it's a 15th that's only 6 points back of 6th place. Man of the match.
Suarez.
Yeah, Louis. 2 goals and assists for sure.
4 shots, 1 keepers. He did.
Fight something, kid.
On the bite, man, he took a bite out of the victory. But the last 8 games,
He's
6 games, I think he has 8 goals, and he's really turned the season around. He's got like now 13 league goals to Messi's, I think, 18. He recently passed the great prolific Golinho as the 2nd highest scorer on the team. So.
Golinho. Yeah, Ronaldo, you could learn something from Suarez, man. How to
Shit, he can learn something from Golinho.
At this point, because Paulinho has more goals.
By far, than all of them.
All of them, dude. That's right. We said that the other week. All right, man.
And they added to it, and they did it.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the Krautland. Germany. The 2nd and 3rd place teams had a battle this past weekend. This is RB Leipzig at home they are at home hosting Schalke 04. 3-1 victory for RB.
It was a well-taken game by RB. They made home court count. They even had a penalty saved.
Which the ball don't lie. That was not a dude.
Yeah,
it's like
but
barely
I'm just
any
saying
contact.
in terms of
for sure
opportunities.
Yep.
If it went in, it
Different
would have
game,
been
yeah.
worse.
Yep.
And Schalke had the 1 goal off the Naldo off the set piece, but other than that, like RB was in the front, but it really looked like they were comfortable at home. Keita had a decent game, but big shout to Timo Werner, who came in late and just decided, I'll take this game.
I'll end this game. 41 fouls in this game.
Hey.
That's pretty physical for Bundesliga, man. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
you're gonna see a lot of that kind of games at the top. Like, forget the Bayern Munich, but between Schalke, Dortmund, RB, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bayern Leverkusen. These games are gonna be very, very contentious because there is no championship. It's just who is gonna come in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for these Champions League spots, and there's such money and such number associated with it that it's going to be tough.
RB gets an extra 15 million from Liverpool if they qualify for Champions League for Naby Keita.
Yeah, Liverpool tried to give them that money right now.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, no, we got you. We'll take that. We'll take that right
they're
now.
Like,
son.
no, we said when.
But yeah, back to your point though. Timo Werner came in at 1-1. Quickly ended this match with a goal and assist.
Came in at the 62nd minute.
Goal in the 68th.
68th minute.
And then assist at the 77th.
Not even that far. 71st.
71st. Yep.
Yeah, he put it to sleep fast, dude. It was before he was even on the field for 10 minutes. The game was done.
Man, beautiful.
You don't even have to ask who's man of the match today.
That goal, his goal was sweet little build-up play, man.
They
nice little chip.
Moved the ball. Yeah, like the teamwork on the play was wicked.
Yeah, it was on point. Respect. So RB now sits 2nd place with 31 points. Schalke is in 3rd with 30. 14 matches without a loss for Schalke until now. Man of the match, I think, is pretty fucking obvious.
Yep, it was Werner.
Yeah, Werner. I mean, just like he didn't have the highest rating, which is crazy.
He
to
can't
me, but
because
he didn't
have enough opportunities to do statistically relevant things.
But it's obvious.
He scored a goal. He made the assist, and that was all that happened ever since he came on. So,
yep, done. Okay, that's a wrap. Back 4 done. On the way to the midfield. All right, EPL review, man. A lot of interesting results this week. Outside of the Liverpool over City victory, I think one of the most interesting ones is Chelsea 0-0 to Leicester. And Leicester should have got that 3 point.
Leicester should have definitely got that 3 points, and even when they were playing with 10 men, since like I think middle of the second half, they still balled out and they were ready to take it. Riyad Mahrez was undressing people on the side. Who was it that he ended? Rudiger. Oh,
yeah.
he ended Rudiger. He had a couple of assists that nobody just made the run to, but Leicester looked in the front foot. Again, it's another thing when the bigger club had midweek and Leicester didn't, so they really came after them.
At Stamford Bridge.
It was at Stamford Bridge, but it looked like rest was more important than home court in that game.
Yeah, for sure. And Leicester had a man sent off in the 68th minute, which kind of opened it up some opportunities for Chelsea, but could not do it. 0-0.
Yeah, Morata has been getting a lot of heat. He missed a lot of sitters in that game, and lately he's been on a little bit of a dry spell.
He hasn't scored a league goal in over a month, I believe. It's been a minute. Another interesting result for the midweek team is Arsenal losing to Bournemouth 2-1.
Yes, they went away and lost to Bournemouth 2-1. Thoroughly boring game. It sucked so bad.
Yeah, the second Bournemouth goal was nice, but it was pretty bad.
It was nice, but not good enough to save that game. Arsenal, there's a lot of rumors about a lot of transfers, but one thing is for sure, they need scoring. They do not score as often as a big team should, and they don't have ideas. I don't know. They're fucked.
Yeah, no Ozil in this game, no Sanchez, obviously, and Lacazette was relatively ineffective. United with a 3-0 drubbing of Stoke. They move within 12 of City.
Yeah.
Pogba did his thing.
More importantly, they create a three-point gap with the teams below them to secure second place. Like, they're not within the points of City.
I mean,
yeah, I know what you're saying. Pogba has been, like, ever since he's returned, it looks like they have that ingredient that they need. But in big games, I still think they're going to have issues. They don't have enough guys in the midfield that create.
Nope. Sure don't. He wants to get rid of one of them. Word up. Tottenham with a 4-0 drubbing over Everton. They continue their solid play.
Yes.
Harry Kane, all-time Premier League scorer for Tottenham. Respect.
Broke Teddy Sheringham's record, which I thought should have been broken by now by somebody else, but good job, Teddy.
Yo, real quick shout out on Harry Kane, dude. I took a look at his goal stats this year, and 9 goals right-footed, 8 goals left-footed.
Nice.
That's sick.
Very underrated player on Tottenham this season has been Son, and again he balled out. He opened scoring. Like, he has really been what Eric Lamela was supposed to be when they got him. Like, the second guy with Harry Kane, and he floats off of the Harry Kane runs, and he's really made his opportunities count. Big respect. He's kept Llorente pinned to the fucking bench.
Yeah, he was really nice in this game. Crystal Palace, man, they continue their climb up the table with a 1-0 over free-falling Burnley. Ever since Burnley was like, oh, they're in 4th place, they got like 2 points. Like, it's...
Told you that, fun.
Oh, yeah.
You can't just have like a squad of like 10 players that always play every game, and they're not even like versatile. They don't only do the same thing. So if you only have one option, you're gonna fall. But it's still a fucking successful season if you're Burnley.
Oh yeah, they're still in 7th
Don't get
place.
it twisted. Yeah,
they're still in 7th. They've pretty much secured safety already. Like,
if they finish the season in the top half of the Premier League, like with their budget, like that's a good. No, I think the team costs less than Chaka or something.
Damn.
You know.
Yeah, also moving up the table, man. West Ham 4-1 drubbing of Huddersfield.
Sorry. Crystal Palace has 3 Sakos now, and one of the Sakos scored. So, just wanted to mention that.
No doubt. No. Good one. West Ham, like I said, 4-1 drubbing of Huddersfield. They continue their move up the table towards safety.
Arnautovic and Lanzini partnership is coming together now that he's been there a while. Arnautovic had a goal and 2 assists. Lanzini
like
had
that
2
dude,
goals,
man.
both of him. Huh?
I like Arnautovic.
Yeah. If he doesn't get sent off, he's nice, but he floats in and out of games. When he's on, he's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, he's been on a run of like 6 games where he's really been balling.
Yeah.
But he's also one of the most frustrating players you're gonna watch.
Why wouldn't Chelsea go after this kid instead of Andy Carroll?
I don't know if the Andy Carroll rumors are
Real.
true.
Yeah, I was wondering too. I was like,
But-
it's not even real.
But I don't think the way Chelsea's built and how they got rid of Diego Costa and stuff, I don't think they want a talented head case. Like,
Yeah.
they want guys to fall in place and just do their job.
No doubt.
Which
No doubt.
I'm not knocking them on that.
Listen to the match victors. I got you. Yeah.
And if
Um,
one of the 2 players was about to leave somewhere else, I think that Manuel Lanzini should. That guy, if he's put on a midfield with more players that actually know how to play football, I think he has potential to really be somebody.
He was long rumored to go to Arsenal for a while, wasn't he?
And I think Liverpool too at some point, but being rumored to go to Arsenal is like if you lose like Young Player of the Month or something, I think the second place award is you get a rumor that Arsene Wenger is interested in you.
Yeah.
When that happens, then Man City and Chelsea will buy you.
But don't come by, right?
You know, so that's the process.
Yeah, I didn't even mention Wilshere. For as bad as Arsenal was, Wilshere was the shining light in that game. He's been on point this
He was
season.
alright. Like, yeah,
I said the
but-
shining point, the shining light for them. And he had a solid game, but like when you got a bunch of bullshit around you and no fucking a bullshit striker, no Alexis, no Ozil. Nah, man, it's all contextual. But anyway, that was a rewind. Swans draw Newcastle in a relegation battle tie.
that was a Swansea putting up some sort of fight like over the last few games, whatever, and then they just announced their coach. So that should be. They announced their coach on the previous game, I think, and they're trying to save their season. But I hope they got a coach that's really good at championship football because they're pretty much guaranteed to be down.
Boom. Watford continue their fucking slide, as does Southampton with a 2-2 draw.
I think Watford will slide even more when one of their goal scorers, who's clearly not a player that should be playing for a team of Watford's caliber, Doucouré, when he gets fucking sold, then the Watford slide will continue. Because he is clearly head and shoulders above that team. Like, he needs to take a step up, and it's been rumored for basically since they got him. It's some weird accident that they got him.
Yep.
Richarlison has kind of remembered that he's just a guy.
Hey,
He started off the season hot. He's done. Troy Deeney, but how much can you expect from a big guy that's like 34 and overweight and busy beating people up all the time, you know?
Yup. West Brom gets some much needed points with a 2-0 win over Brighton.
Yes, you know, like a few seasons ago, West Brom beating Brighton 2-0 was the norm, you know? But like, this shows you how bad their situation is. And I still think they're big-time contenders for the drop still.
For the drop.
Yeah. And I think them and Swansea are going to be hand in hand going down that yellow brick road, you know?
Yeah, I could definitely see it.
But for one night at least they can party.
Yeah. So on that note, man, bottom 3 looks like Swansea, West Brom, and Stoke.
Yeah.
With Southampton, Brighton, and Newcastle all 3 points away. But as discussed ad nauseum, pretty much the bottom half of the table's in relegation contention.
Yeah, but 2 of the 3 teams that are in the relegation zone are really, really, really trying to be in the relegation zone.
Yeah.
You know?
Mid-table, Everton, West Ham, and Palace are all mid-table now. They were looking abysmal earlier in the year and have all climbed up the charts.
Coaching changes have done wonders.
So all of them, yeah, absolutely. And then top 6 reads as City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, and Arsenal, who are 5 points back off Tottenham. That 2-3-4-5 is super tight, man.
Yeah. And Arsenal, instead of concentrating on catching them, should look out behind them because the Leicester-Everton movement is breathing down their neck. I think Burnley is still going the wrong direction, so I don't think they're doing anything. But Everton just signed an Arsenal player, so they're trying to be Arsenal. Theo Walcott.
T.O. Yay. All right, man. That's the EPL review. They're 23 games, so there's only
23 games in, yeah.
15 left. Should be good.
If you
Either
look
way.
at the top 6 teams, though, Chelsea and Arsenal need more scoring.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If they're trying to stay with the thing about Chelsea is at least like they don't get scored on as much as Arsenal, but like if they don't fix it, if like you can't have one guy or two guys be your scorers these days. You need to have a bunch of like you got Mane, Coutinho, like
Yep.
Coutinho just left, but Coutinho, Firmino, Salah.
Yeah,
Like they have Manchester City has like 8 guys that will score. You can't just have Hazard running around and hopefully Morata finishes one of the passes that he gets.
That he
like
gets.
that can't be the
When-
move.
when
And
you're-
for Arsenal, you gotta just have an idea.
when you're being rumored as to sign Andy Carroll, who's going to get injured on the car ride over to Stamford Bridge, like your striker situation is in trouble, dude. They don't.
They just I think agreed a loan deal for Mishi to Sevilla. So they have the
one.
opening, but what I'm saying is like for
They
a
have the
big club
opening.
like that though, it's not, like if you get him for depth and he like I can see a use for Andy Carroll. Like
See a
as a
use for him
substitute.
too if he's on the field.
Yeah, but I'm saying the Andy Carroll situation is more magnified when you're at a smaller club that depends on you. Here you'll forget about him, and whenever you see him, you'll be like, "Oh, Andy's here."
Oh, Andy's here for a header.
Whereas when it's West Ham and Andy Carroll's out, it's an actual travesty, you know.
84th minute sub, yeah. All right, man. We're gonna move on. We're gonna head back to Spain, and Spain, who are only 19 games into their season, are halfway through. So we thought this would be the prime opportunity to do a La Liga review. Even we did just cover a few teams, but let's talk about it, man. Who obviously, man, Barca is a surprise. Real Madrid is a surprise. Atletico is steady as ever. A lot of surprises in La Liga this year, actually.
Atletico now looks steady, but has actually had
Nah.
a very, very up and down season.
Yeah, they did not look
They
good
started
early
off
on.
late, and then they came. They had winning streaks. They had Griezmann getting booed, and then now not anymore. Now they have Diego Costa, who came in, played one game like we talked last week, and was already
red
sent
card.
off in it for 2 yellow
Yes.
cards. Like, yeah, they're in second place, and they look like it's consistent, but it's been one of the funnest roller coaster rides to get there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, a lot of draws for them.
Yes, but like if you look at their last 6 games, they have 5 wins and a loss. So only Barca is better than them, who have 5 wins and a draw. So but they seem like they've somewhat put the ship together, but we'll see. Everybody seems to be in for Griezmann right now, all the big clubs. So that's going to determine how well they do by the end of the season, is whether they can keep him or not. But Atleti, despite being not that big of a team, has shown that they're capable of holding their stars if they want.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Most surprising, I would say to me, the Valencia comeback. The fact that they are right now 2 points behind Atletico Madrid, even though they've been churning out coaches left and right for the past 5 seasons, and there were like financial issues, and they're using a bunch of loan players and young rejects from other clubs, and for Marcelino to have them as at 3rd place, and even though they look like they had fallen off, their last 6 games they have 3 wins and 3 losses. So they don't tie a lot, but the resurrection of Simone Zaza, Danny Parejo playing in midfield, the
21
Kid,
21 goal difference.
Rodney Kondogbia, a plus 21 goal difference. Jeffrey Kondogbia holding midfield. Like they're well coached by Marcelino, and that's the most impressive thing. I think.
Yeah. Sevilla with a little bit of a dip this year, but I mean, it was kind of like inevitable, man. They just
It seems like it's a club that's somewhat in chaos right now, and I expected Valencia to be having Sevilla season.
yeah, pretty much.
But Sevilla, they've got up and down. Like the fans are booing, players are apologizing, coaches are pleading with the fans, and this like. But on the bright side, they have now got Mishi Batshuayi.
Hey, man, there's always chance for a second life in football, man. There's a
Real
lot of league.
Madrid I think the last 6 games they have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, son. Like that is
they're
not
9,
Real
5,
Madrid
and
form.
4. Dude.
Yep,
That's
they
terrible.
are winning only 1 out of every 2 games in the league this year.
Yeah, that's terrible, dude. That's absolutely terrible. And I mean, the only way that you're surviving that at Real Madrid is coming off 2 back-to-back European championships, man. Like, I have to say that's the only way, in my opinion, that Zidane is surviving this so far. And he may not make the season if it continues.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, I think if it was a club run with like class and stuff, I would say you have to keep Zidane until at least the end of the season. You don't shit can him in the middle of the season like some fucking loser when he's the only coach in history of everybody.
Yeah, I know, but you know they'll do it. But they might not. They might.
I don't know.
They
Like
might
that-
have the same thoughts you do.
Because he had like Zidane, unlike firing like Fabio Capello or Andre whatever.
Not previous. club
Ancelotti
legends.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like this guy
Already
is
a
one
club
of
legend.
2 or 3 best ever Real Madrid players, and
Yeah.
most loved too. It's not even you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's gonna take some serious cajones.
Yeah, true. Also, I'd like to point out Girona as a nice surprise. They've only been in the first division for a few years. This is all the city money. Our boy Per Guardiola is a co-owner. They're sitting 10th in the table, man, with the win over previously mentioned Real Madrid. Playing some decent football over there in Catalonia.
Yeah, 7 to 15, separated by 4 points.
Yeah.
So you could be on either side of it, but it's after 16, 17 is where relegation starts. The middle section, I just call it purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing good. Girona, Real
Celta-
Sociedad is holding it up from the bottom. Eibar is number 7. You know, like they're doing.
Celta Vigo.
Yeah, Celta.
I feel like Bilbao is a bit of a disappointment so far this year.
Bilbao, every time they have a good season, it's impressive, but the bad seasons are not a disappointment because they don't have many options. They can only buy Basque players. So
Yeah,
you can't
true.
be like, oh, I need a goalkeeper. Let me go get so-and-so from Brazil, you know?
Yeah.
So
But
it's
they,
actually more impressive that they are one of only 3 teams. Barca, Real Madrid, and them are the 3 teams that have not ever got relegated from La Liga.
Were
And-
they? I'm looking right now, but
What's that?
I thought they made Champions League last year, but I think it was the year before they.
I think it was the year before because last
It was.
year
They did not make it last.
Yeah.
Yep. This would be But anyway, yeah.
They make appearances every once in a while, but they've had a run a couple of times in the Europa. That's the caliber of team they are. When things go clicking, you can see them go far in the Europa.
They
Their
played
style of play is very physical. They
Copa del
use,
Rey final last year.
Yeah,
versus
they are.
Barca?
Only Barca has won the Copa del Rey more than Athletic Bilbao. Real Madrid is a distant third in that.
Right.
It's funny. It's called the King's Cup, and the 2 teams that hate the king the most have won it.
Yes, love that. At the bottom of the table, man, it's looking like Malaga is peace. It's looking like Las Palmas is peace, which sucks for everybody who likes a trip to the beach.
Most of Spain has got access to the beach.
Yeah, that sucks. And then there's a battle here between Levante, Alaves, and Deportivo.
Yep. Depor is in the back foot because they have 16 to the other two's 18 points. But like you said, Las Palmas and Malaga are 7
peace.
points off 17, so they just need to practice. But,
Play
out
hard,
of
man.
Depor-
See if somebody can sign you.
Yes, right. Out of Depor, Levante, and Alaves, I would like if Depor survived just because they're one of the historically bigger clubs and the early 2000s Super Depor teams. I used to like them, so I have sentimental attachment to them. But they all fucking suck. They can all go to hell.
Yeah, I got a soft spot for Levante, man. It's just such a tiny club, man, and the fact that they've been holding it down in the La Liga this long is even impressive. So I like to see them stay up. Espanyol doing their normal 14th place thing. Interesting, man. Final thoughts, La Liga. Who you got?
Who I got?
Yeah, give me the winner and give me the top 4.
I think it finishes maybe Real will catch Valencia. I think it finishes Atletico second, Real third, Valencia fourth.
Yep, I think so. Same. It'd be awesome to see Real Madrid have to play a playoff to get in Champions League, or even see, man, if they missed it, it would be awesome. But I don't think Villarreal can pull that off.
They're behind them with a game more played, and I don't think that they're gonna turn it. Like, there's gonna be a few games where the Real are just gonna shit on people, and in those games, I think Villarreal will just kind of fade away a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Player of the year so far probably have to be Messi. I think that's almost an obvious one.
Probably
have to be.
I'm
I'm just saying, I'm leaving it open.
He's
for
the
you
player
to
of the year since this season started in all of Europe. Not in Spain.
No, he is. Agreed. Word up, man. That's the La Liga review. 19 games to go. Halfway. Barca, let's go.
Yep.
All right. Last forward section. A little bit different. Oh. Sorry, music. A little bit different thing here. We're gonna attempt to talk about here with football coverage in America. This is something that was brought up to me by one of my buddies when he pointed out to me that Liga MX is actually the highest rated league in the United States, which is not that surprising, but to me, still kind of surprising. It is to me. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm white.
Okay.
and I have such a Eurocentric view. Like, I'm just like, in my opinion, I want to watch the best football. Like, period. Like, I'm not.
Once.
If I want to watch the NBA,
that's the American in you. Right?
Well, I know. That's
the other one
exactly
comes on an antenna. This stuff you gotta get a cable for. It's simple.
Dude, this is proving my point here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I need to step out of my my Caucasoid shell.
Have you noticed that Univision and Telemundo, even if you don't have any paid service, are clear as crystal? You get annoyed, you'll be flipping channels, and then it's Sábado Gigante, and all of a sudden it's clear, and then NBC, you can't see anything, Fox is blurry. You know?
Dude, I used to live when I lived in San Diego, dude, they would show on we'd get the Mexico station, it would show the fucking Mayweather fights, like, on regular TV.
Nice.
Feeling that. Anyway, man.
Big up Mexico!
Yeah, you ain't lying. Appreciate you. Please don't wall off your TV to us. So I just wanted to kind of recap, if you don't know, if you only follow Liga MX or whatever it is. NBC is the current Premier League holders. La Liga, Serie A, and Ligue 1 are on BN, and Fox has Bundesliga and Champions League, which most of those
Champions
games.
Liga?
Did I say Champions League? Oh, shit. Yeah, Champions League. I like that. Which oddly enough, man, if you don't have Fox Sports 1, you aren't going to see many Bundesliga or Champions League games.
The whole, kind of even if you do have it, the whole setup that Fox got going kind of sucks. But casuals, everything around me, cream with the money, they got the Champions League on lock. So
yeah,
whether we like their service or not, that's the TV that brings it.
Yep.
The Germany, I like the Fox on that one because they're trying to parlay a lot of games onto regular Fox, like the German league game.
I haven't seen on regular Fox.
Yes,
I haven't seen
on
any.
Weekends. You'll just.
I watched it on Univision on Friday.
I mean, that was just brain fart.
I was like, oh, the two German teams on Spanish TV. Awesome. The other things I want to point out, because I think this is important, is NBC used to show all their games for free on their app, and now they added the gold package, which you have to pay $50 a month for. So now, if your team's not showing, you have to pay to see them. I'm not a huge fan of that.
$50 a season or $50 a month?
No, it's $50 for the season.
Yeah.
I didn't say a month. No way. We'll go back and check.
I think I interrupted you.
We'll go back. But $50 for the season, man. Yes. There's no way of a fucking month. Fox also offers, you don't even have to have the subscription. You can just buy it straight through the Fox Match Pass to watch Champions League and Bundesliga, and I think they have Europa Cup as well as FA Cup and a bunch of rugby. And I would also, in my opinion, man, the BN app is just whack. That y'all need to fix that. And they are so thorough with the anti-pirating at BN. Like, I can't tell you that you cannot share logins, you cannot share passwords. And the instant I was watching it on through the Xfinity app, and the instant that I plugged it in to show it on my TV, it would blank because they were like, "Oh no, you can't put this on a TV and record it. You got to turn off your video recording."
So they stopped you from pirating it.
So what? Say it again.
So they stopped you from pirating it.
Yes, pretty much. If that was my goal, I mean, if that was my goal, I was already watching it. But either way, I mean, super thorough. But either way, man, I still see these things as barriers to viewership in America. Obviously, the gold package thing is whack for you to have given it to me for free.
We have more access to free Premier League football in America than they do in England. Even if they charge us for some games, like the TV deal prices is so high that even locally they have to pay to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how much they're bidding, it's just not feasible for them to just give it up, I guess.
No, I appreciate that info. That's very interesting. Makes me think of NFL and how they'll black the games out.
Basically, yeah.
BN Sports, man, I got issues with their cameras. I got issues. I hate their in-studio show.
I think they use iPhones. I don't even think they use professional cameras.
You ain't lying.
And it's like, have you seen how
Like
far it is? It's
Periscope.
some guy in a fucking chair watching the game. Like, why is like, you don't have a zoom lens?
It's so far. You're not lying, dude.
Like,
so
you look
far
at
away.
fucking the English Premier League and you can tell what they're thinking. Forget what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
With all that being said, to be fair, they have improved it since they first got these rights. Surprisingly, got these rights. The other beef I have is...
No, not surprisingly. They're funded out of the ass. They have a lot of money for these rights.
No.
They doubled the other bids.
But that's what I'm saying. They're as an unknown commodity to come out of nowhere. That's all I was saying. Like, I'm not questioning the fact that
It's an offshoot
had
of
the money.
Al Jazeera network when it starts.
It is, right?
It has a lot of the Arab money, so
It does.
just like PSG, just like Man City.
Yeah. I just felt like it was a big thing for something, especially. It's changed now, but when they first got it, there was not a lot of BN coverage in America. And for basically 3 leagues that I had access to prior to this to just vanish for me for at least 2 years was sucked. But, it is what it is. The other things
Which
that
3 leagues? I'm lost.
Serie A, Liga 1, and La Liga are all on BN.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I used to get all those on between ESPN and Fox. You could get all that. Either way, the other issue I have is that a lot of times they'll put that La Liga games on BN Español, which is annoying because that doesn't come with the normal BN all the time.
Okay.
Annoying.
You have that channel also.
What is that?
You have that channel also.
I have that channel?
Yes.
What do you mean? The Español?
I gave it to you.
No, you gave it to me, but I'm saying the average, like, if you don't have, like, that doesn't come with just having BN.
Oh yeah, but they give up a lot of games. Like if you're watching, excuse me, if you're watching the bigger clubs in La Liga, more often than not, you will get to see them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Unless
absolutely.
you have a channel like package where they have like in Ethiopia they have various BNs up to like 10, 12, you know. Then you can show all of it. It's not like they have to move stuff around. They only have the one channel and then the Spanish channel.
So this was sparked by a conversation I had with a friend who told me that he put a guy on to football recently and used another podcast suggestion to put him onto Bundesliga. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that, man.
I think that's a good idea. Of course, it depends on the person, so you don't know what kind of stuff they like. But the Bundesliga has been for a while like highest attended, best atmosphere because like the teams are all publicly owned, so the fans and stuff keep the prices down, so the real fan has not been priced out. Once you remove Bayern Munich from the equation, it's a very competitive league. They get a lot of players from South America and Eastern European countries and African countries. It's very diverse. It's a fun league to watch.
Oh, no doubt.
As long as you don't like, if you don't expect anybody but Bayern Munich to win it.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
it's,
sure.
it's way more entertaining towards the lesser teams than a lot of these bigger leagues.
Yeah, that was my general assessment is that, you know, the EPL just has a superior coverage because I personally don't think anybody does sports productions better than NBC. La Liga.
It's a combination because even before NBC had it, EPL coverage was the best because EPL, since when we were kids in Ethiopia, has been, like when it was first division, has been exporting football for so long that they're great at positioning their cameras and stuff, you know?
Yeah,
and even before NBC got on it, they've been by far the best league to be watched when they were on Fox before that.
Yeah, no doubt. In-studio show on point as well, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely.
La Liga, I'd say just general, like if you're looking for like the beautiful football, most consistently, I think you watch La Liga, in my opinion. And Bundesliga, like you said, fan atmosphere, man. They go in.
Yes, and to me, like I just love soccer. So like whenever I can find something in all the leagues.
Yeah.
But like the French league as a league and football quality is not that special. But you see a lot of young talent that you will be seeing in other European clubs pretty soon, and you get exposed to that. You go to Italy, you see a lot of good coaching and tactical masterminds going against each other. In Spain, you see a lot of dribbling and take-ons, you know what I'm saying? England is a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of high energy, like get stuck in kind of football. And it's all brings something.
Interesting. No doubt. Cool, man. We're going to move on. We're going to go to the forward section. And it is time for the prestigious and egregious Diving for Glory Awards. And our dude of the week uncharacteristically goes to a non-player.
Yes, Jurgen Klopp.
Faux show. Gotta show respect, man. He game planned this.
Yeah, and basically on the team that hasn't lost at the beginning of the season, after 23 games, like they lost to his team, and they really exposed a lot of stuff during it, and kind of make Man City look a little more human. So you gotta give it to him.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Goal of the week.
I gotta give it to Luis Suarez.
Yeah, the Real Sociedad game. Caught that beautiful pass from, was that Messi?
See?
And then didn't even let it hit the ground. Just caught it in the air and
the curve on that chip and where he put it and like how nobody had any idea what was going on until he was like running away and celebrating was awesome.
If you're listening to this and you haven't seen this, man, please Google that, YouTube that, do something. It's a sweet ass goal. Man. Best moment of the fucking week, man, in my opinion. The twat happened moment. This goes to
what's your boy's name?
Tony.
Okay,
Tony Chaperon.
Okay, French referee reffing the PSG game. Take it away, sir.
Our boy Tony Chaperon decided to, in the 91st minute of the PSG Nantes game, decided to Nantes drop a kick on one of the non-players for accidentally running into the back of him. Who he proceeded to argue with the ref, who then booked him for dissent and sent him off. Our boy Tony Chaperon admitted his transgression in his report, and he hit them with the saying that in a statement released by the French media on Monday, Chaperon apologized to Diego Carlos for his actions, writing, "The maladroit gesture was inappropriate." As a result, I would like to present my apologies to Diego Carlos. The maladroit gesture.
He has just been suspended indefinitely.
He'll probably never ref again in the Ligue 1.
He should not ref heads or tails.
The evil limb, dude. I love that. The maladroit. My sick leg. My sick leg gesture. Only the French can be that poetic, man. Holy shit, man. Alright, man. Alright. Next forward section. Cup life. All right, Copa del Rey plays this week. Barca Espanyol, always a contentious Barcelona derby. The Kings team versus the Pro Independents, always physical.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to that. And the other match for the Copa del Rey,
Levante plays Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid will host Sevilla tomorrow. Tomorrow. Valencia hosts Alaves. And on Thursday, Levante will host Atletico and Real Madrid. These are the semi-finals.
yeah. So they get in a lot of games between now and the end of May in La Liga, seeing that they're 4 games behind EPL. Also, Cup life, man. Carabao Cup. City with the 2-1 win over Bristol City, very hard fought, and Chelsea and Arsenal with the 0-0 draw. Definitely want to mention that between those 4 teams, they secured exactly 1 point this weekend. Chelsea's draw. These will be played next week, and then then we'll have a final at Wembley.
Yeah. Carabao, you win that. Patches over the back.
Cup life, man. All right, last section upcoming. Today and tomorrow we got FA Cup replays. Yay! No, nothing that interesting there. Kind of a lack of big games, but still interesting games. Definitely going to always mention Manchester City. They're hosting Newcastle. Burnley on the slide. They're hosting United. Real Madrid hosting Deportivo. Real Betis hosting Barcelona. And then Atletico hosting Girona. And the 2 probably best games will be, I think, of the weekend will be Inter hosting Roma and Lyon PSG.
Yeah.
Anything interesting there? It's a slow week.
No, it's not. I think the Lyon PSG game has a lot of potential. I'm excited to see what Nabil Fekir does. The Inter Roma game doesn't really excite me that much. It's like they've both looked a little shitty lately. They were good. Like, it would have been nicer had they met before the Christmas break, because they look like they both kind of ran out of gas a little bit. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
City will be looking to turn it around, so we'll see how they do. But
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited for the Barca doubles this weekend with the Espanyol game tomorrow, and then the Betis hosting them. Betis has not always been an easy destination.
And they're sitting pretty high in the table. I think they're like 7th or 8th.
Yeah, they're from Sevilla, and they're Sevilla's biggest rivals, and they've been up and down, but they always play good football. I like to watch Betis play. This is not to say that they will necessarily win or give Barca a game, but it's a fun team to watch.
Yep, no doubt. Tune in. And with that, this fixed match is over, man. And we still undefeated. Thanks for checking Diving for Glory this week. Don't forget we post every Tuesday on iTunes and divingforglory.com, and now on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter at Diving for Glory. Hashtag us, like us, hate us, give us the thumbs down. Practice your dissenting skills. Get a yellow card, man, and check us next week. Of course, Yola, Sir Solomon. We out this motherfucker.
Diving.
What do you think about them?
Diving. This way.
He's not a man. There's nothing more to say.
Diving in.